So we actually saw in the morning of a man talking on the phone with someone about the information of the infernals, which this person actually from Company One. So the artificial infernals was actually true, but we don't know who's the person making the phone calls to someone. We headed back over to Company 8, where Obi, Hanara, and Hibana are actually talking about the samples of A and B from the core remains, and it actually comes from a trace of a creature who's capable of making those infernal, meaning artificial infernals. Now, they all come from one creature who can be able, who can actually create the artificial infernals, and they just realized that the only ones who can actually do that are insects. So, given to the name that they actually have, like actual bugs that can turn people into infernals. Which we headed back over to Company 1, where Shira and Arthur are actually trying to find some leads to the artificial infernals, which Hinawa actually came and checked on them, which everything is alright, which Shira doesn't want him, doesn't want him to give away their plans, and then Hibana actually hide behind the trees, in which everything they actually knew that the fire soldiers are the ones who can only use those emergencies, those emergency doors, in which we saw Takaru actually asking others why they became fire soldiers, in which they all have given him the answers and the reasons, in which he actually caught his attention on Tamaki, in which the funny moment actually happens, in which her habit or actually kicks off, but then the alarm actually goes off, and Tamaki actually sets them to the lieutenants in different locations, with Shira and Arthur are headed to Lieutenant Karim, in which they actually headed over where the location is, and Karim actually revealed that five had become infernals, which he told Shira and Arthur to stay put. And then they actually saw a man walking by, and then they saw someone who using the insect to turn him into an infernal. So Shira actually decided to head over there, but when he did, he saw Rekka and Krim actually in the same area, in which he actually knew only one of those two are the prime suspects. So they actually knew someone who's actually creating the artificial infernals. So Shira and Arthur decided to check onto Krum's room, in which they ran inside, and they actually found a vital thanks to Arthur's mini Excalibur made from sheet metal but only used once. After that it melts, and inside the drawer they saw a vial of the insect. However, Chrome actually enters, and he actually told him that he put that there on purpose, which he's crossed off the list. And that's when he actually realized that the only one who could able to do that is Rika, and they actually realize that he's the one who's doing it. And so they actually heard from Krung that there was actually a incident 2 months ago where children were burned out, and that was when two school kids actually came with Tamaki, and she actually led them to an abandoned factory where we saw three more children, including a mother, which they actually saw that Rekka is actually making a special prayer to fight out the Infernals, in which he actually using a infernal insect to turn a mother into an infernal to find the pilot light, in which he actually had to put out the infernal, in which Tomoki is actually in shock, which we actually saw Chrome actually had to find Rika with Shinra and Arthur, in which we actually saw Rika actually kick Tomoki, and then he actually using the infernal insect to turn Tak into an infernal. But he didn't become one, and so he actually find a suitable candidate for the pilot light. So he actually going to do four more, and that is when Tomoki told him to stop because she was the one who worshipped him and looked up to him all her life, in which he began to kicking her multiple times, in which she actually using her fire to reach out someone, and Shinra actually came and landed on Rika's face, and we actually saw Tamaki both broke down in tears in thanks of Shinra who came to her rescue. So it actually turns out it was Rika who created the artificial infernals, which we actually knew that he was actually betrayed the fire soldiers. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen on the next episode next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the episode. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guide. You're here staying signing out. Laters!